More now with Ian Begley. And Ian, this was a very un-Knick-like win. So what did we learn about this group after losing a tough one on Saturday, but being able to rally from an early 21-point deficit against a good Philadelphia team?
Yeah, resiliency, really, Eamon, and the idea that the depth on this team showed up tonight. And this was, again, 24 hours after losing an overtime game at home. This was yet another night where the Knicks had a schedule disadvantage because Philadelphia was rested. And give credit to Evan Fournier, give credit to Miles McBride, give credit to Isaiah Hartenstein for really bringing it the day after a tough loss. And look, you can say what you want about Tom Thibodeau, you can say what you want about the entire roster, but this group, as it stands right now, they fight, and they take a punch and they come right back. So for that, you have to give them some credit.
All right, you mentioned him. No R.J. Barrett. So how was Fournier able to emerge for a season-high 17 points off the bench?
He's a professional, Eamon. I mean, you see him, you go to these games, you see him working before the game consistently. He's getting shots up. He's getting ready. He's keeping his body in shape. And I know he's a competitor, and he's a longtime starter in this league, so it couldn't have sat well with him that he was out of this rotation collecting DNPs. But give him credit for his approach, game in and game out, staying ready for when his number was called, and he came up major for them tonight, Eamon.
He was asked afterwards if he thinks he's earned a spot in the rotation. He said, probably not. He knows it was a one-shot deal. All right, NBA trade deadline coming up, obviously, Thursday. What's the latest around the Garden on the Knicks making a move?
I think it's the same names that we've really been talking about. You talk to teams over this weekend, and it's still Obi Toppin, it's still Derrick Rose, it's still Evan Fournier, who probably boosted his trade value a little bit after tonight, and it's still the Knicks looking to bolster the bench. I mean, the OG Anunoby deal out there, I have to think now that the Brooklyn Nets are going to be heavily involved trying to get there and pry a player like Anunoby to, again, make Kevin Durant happy. So the Knicks will have competition there. So I think it'll end up being bench depth, players like Eric Gordon, where the Knicks just look to bolster the bench and have to figure out what they want to do also with Cam Reddish there.
All right, real quickly on this one, back to the win on Sunday night. You're around this team all the time. This is a big win at home, but they've been very inconsistent at the Garden. How do they get on a run at the Garden and really, sort of take advantage of the home court?
I don't know if they will. Amen. I mean, if they're around 500 at the Garden and they're playing as well as they have been on the road, I think you chalk that up as a win if you're this organization, because players have struggled to perform consistently at the Garden in this Knick uniform. I don't know if it's the home crowd. I don't know if it's just the market in general, but you've seen it again and again and again. So I think getting to 500 at home is actually a win for the Knicks right now.